Hey, everybody. Here at the Water Tower, I'm Charli Matthews. I'm the host of the Empowering Industry podcast, and I have an amazing guest with me today. Just really kind of walking around, seeing what's going on at the Water Tower. Demo Days is here. We're in Beaufort, Georgia, and it's an amazing day. It's a beautiful day outside.
Gorgeous outside.
Yeah. So we'll just start with you, and let's tell everybody who you are. What you do.
So my name is Mike McLeod. I'm one of the owners of Harry Warren of Georgia, and we're a manufacturer rep here for the state of Georgia. So we get into plenty of segments with plumbing and underground. So we do residential, commercial, waterworks, irrigation, fire. So pretty diversified in where we go to market, but we're very lucky to have some of the premier manufacturers in the industry.
Yeah. And how did you get into this role?
So about 23 years ago, when I was coming out of school in Florida, we had a close family friend. The manufacturer rep business is one you really don't know exists until you meet someone that's in it. And really looking to get into what a career path was going to be. So started working for him to get some office experience. It was Harry Warren, Florida, and really learning the business, learned inside sales, learned, kind of what we did. And what's fun about the manufacturer rep business is we have so many touch points. We're talking to contractors, engineers, distributors, builders. We really touch on a lot of municipalities. So kind of learning what all the different magnitude was. And from there was able to move up to Georgia in 2003 when we opened up the Georgia operation and started managing that operation. We grew rapidly. And then in 2013, got to purchase the business along with my partner and have been owning it ever since.
Yeah, well, I love that. And I'm so glad that you're here. The Water Tower, I know, is super happy that you're here too, because you have a great resource here on campus. And I think that's really what drew me to want to talk to you, was because it's amazing what you can do this. So is it a strategy of being part of this, the Water Tower and the education side?
100%. So really what we look at today for the manufacturer rep prior to, maybe a few decades ago, was really focused on calling on your wholesale distributors and just kind of working that process from, harvesting the order. But it's a lot different today. What our jobs are today are demand creation. So all those different segments we talked about where we, not just the distributor, we're talking to everybody else that has a touch point on the product. And through that, education, support, resources, all go into the demand creation process. So when we talk about the variety of our sales staff, the variety of the support that we put together, all those things go into effect of what we're trying to do to make sure the Watts brand, the Odie brand, any of the brands we represent really get that notoriety downstream that they need.
Yeah, and I think it's such a great resource. So I was talking to you a little earlier because we're going to be at the Water Tower in November for the Empowering Pumps and Industry Conference. And it's wonderful to be able to teach people that this is out there. This training facility is here so that you can, show people that may not be an employee yet, show your current employees and the industry as a whole.
It's everybody we get to see. And when we got the opportunity to work with the Water Tower, one of our employees, Skylar Lipson, had been intimately involved in a lot of the upfront creation. When we got the opportunity to come here and see the facility, see really what this was bringing to the table here in Gwinnett County, what we can do, we've already had training classes up here. We have a great hands-on wet lab where the foundations are the education today. You've got a lot of need for youth in the business. You've got a lot of that early on brand loyalty that really sets the stage for what they're going to do for the rest of their career. So when we can be in front of them, teach them the right way to touch and install product and what brands that, they really get familiar with, it creates a huge opportunity for all of us to create that stage.
Absolutely. And just the branding itself of some of these manufacturers that you mentioned, they're getting such a value of being able to touch them at a young age and kind of follow that path and introduce them to them. So I think it's amazing. I'm having a lot of fun already here at Demo Days. I'm so privileged to get to work with Melissa on this, and the podcast room is awesome. So we love doing the podcast here. If people want to get in touch with you specifically, what's the best way to do that?
They can go to our website at harrywarrenofgeorgia.com. We're available for anything that we need to, from support structure and opportunity to educate on our product lines. The other thing we've embedded in that website is a lot of the educational resources. So in the last couple of years, the manufacturers have put a lot of emphasis on their training videos, their opportunities to educate. So there's a lot of good opportunities and resources out there.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you for your time.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to get to know you and that you've been in the industry making, changes and making waves, I guess, throughout your career. But wonderful that you are working with the Water Tower and such a resource for them.
Very lucky to be here, and we appreciate everything they're bringing to the table.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Until next time, everybody, be empowering.